Good morning. Today I'm just in London. It's a beautiful sunny day, as you can see, and I'm heading to the Greenwich Meridian and the Royal Planetarium. So yeah, just now a few minutes from there, and want to share with you the nice weather in London. See what a beautiful view of London. It's on top of the hill near the Royal Planetarium, and it's really impressive view. Okay, that's the entrance for the Royal Observatory, and we'll see inside the Greenwich Meridian. Okay, on my way, I noticed this telescope. It's an old one, and at the moment it's been damaged. But it's created in the year of 1086, so near that year. And it was gifted the founder of the planet Uranus. So yeah, it was one of the largest telescope in England for that time. Here I want to show you another telescope. It's smaller one, but yeah, nice one. So here's the prime meridian, the Greenwich Meridian. Here's the central point, and one side is east, the other side is west. So just crossing the meridian at in one of the sides we are on the west, in the other side we are on east. So just simple as that. And you can have a look through the telescope as well. That's also Bradley's Meridian line, and in the old times it was used to calculate the level of Thames River, so ships could sail smooth on the river.
Which explains many of the dents you can see on it. I think we're now on the way up to the top, are we? Yes, we are. Great. So, now begins the most exciting 2 minutes of your lives. But why 1 o'clock? Why not 12 noon when the sun is at its highest point in the sky? The official answer is that the astronomers wanted to take their own solar readings at noon. But unofficially, correspondents would suggest that they actually wanted to eat their lunch. 1 o'clock. Now originally, the time ball was made out of wood and covered in black leather. Today's time ball was put up here in the beginning of the 20th century, made of aluminium, painted red. People thought it was clearer to see. now, at the beginning, of course, the whole thing was done manually. So one man would pull the time ball up, and another one, watching the clock, he would pull a lever at 1 o'clock, and the time ball would drop. Today, we use GPS and a motor. Hopefully, nothing will go wrong. Now, we're rapidly approaching the 1 o'clock signal. Get your cameras ready. I suggest you take a video rather than a photo. Photo of a ball floating in midair, not so much. 10 seconds to go. Give me a cheer when it drops. Did you all manage to catch it? I missed it again. Maybe next time I'll be on the ball. Thank you for listening.
Here's another view of the Greenwich Meridian. And main cities in the world as Los Angeles, Moscow, Paris, they all have their location noted here on the both sides of the meridian. At the moment, I'm just going to have a look on the main building where famous UK astronomers used to live with their families. You can see some of their personal items. That's one of the clocks they used to keep a time for their observations of the stars and the planets. These are all the herbs and ingredients astronomers used for their well-being, as honey and mint. Many of the astronomers helped business people, for example, to calculate tides or level of the river, so their shipping companies could operate smoothly. You know, in the ancient times, most of the logistic happened on the sea, on the rivers. So these are all the gifts like astronomers would receive from the local business people, as china and expensive jewelry. That's at the moment I am in the largest room in the building and the oldest one. Here actually the observation of the stars and planets would happen from here. At the moment, you know, it's just used for exhibitions.
Scientific problem of the age. Navigators on board ships on the river and on the sea are unable to calculate their longitude. To know where you are on the surface of the planet, you need coordinates. You need to know your latitude, which is how far north or south of the equator you are. And the equator, it forms a natural 0 degrees for latitude. And we've known about calculating latitude since around 350 BC. Basically, the angle of the sun at noon gives you your latitude. But longitude is an entirely different problem. Longitude is time difference. It's the difference in time between Greenwich and wherever else you are on the planet. As an example, let's say we set sail from Greenwich and we travel to New York. Now when we leave Greenwich, we set our watch to Greenwich time. And we leave it on Greenwich time for the whole voyage. We don't change it. When we get to New York, we take the local time. Let's say it's 12 noon. But our Greenwich watch tells us it's 5 p.m. So there's 5 hours time difference between Greenwich and New York. So we could say that New York is 5 hours longitude west of Greenwich. But that's much too easy. It doesn't sound scientific enough. Let's make it more complicated so no one can understand it. So to make it more complicated, if you think of the world as a circle, the circle is divided into 360 degrees. The Earth spins once in 24 hours. If you divide 360 by 24, you get 15. So every hour, the Earth spins through 15 degrees of longitude. For us on the surface, it looks like the sun has moved across the sky by 15 degrees. New York was 5 hours away. 5 hours times 15 is 75. So we say New York is 75 degrees longitude west of Greenwich. Easy peasy, not much of a problem really if you've got a watch. But we're in the 17th century and nobody has a clock or a watch that will work at sea. There are accurate clocks, but they all work with a pendulum, like this one on the wall here. And a pendulum, it works great if the clock is on solid ground. You swing back and forth regularly. You take it to sea, the motion of the ship will send the pendulum swinging about all over the place. The clock loses time. It's useless. Now, astronomers have started to understand that if you have an accurate map of the heavens, so that you know exactly where a star is supposed to be and when it's supposed to be there, you can, by calculation, work out the time at Greenwich. But there is no accurate star map. So in 1675, King Charles II is persuaded to build this observatory for the express purpose of aiding navigation. Nothing to do with studying the stars, it's purely to do with navigation. In the meantime, it's going to take the astronomers over a century before they come up with their accurate star map. And in the meantime, trade is building up especially between Europe and the Americas. And more ships are being lost. They don't know where they are at sea, they've got no accurate location. Whether they find a safe port or the rocks, it's pot luck. The merchants, they're not so worried about losing the ships. They've plenty of wood, we can build another ship. Couldn't care less about the sailors, raid another tavern, grab some more sailors. But the goods are worth money, lots of money, millions of pounds even in those days. They complained to the British Parliament, we're losing too much money. Something must be done. So in 1714, the British Parliament issues the Longitude Act. It offers a £20,000 reward, which is about £6 million in today's money, to anyone who can solve the problem of calculating longitude at sea. A board of longitude is established to test solutions. To win the prize, the solution has to prove accurate to within half a degree of longitude, which is about 30 miles. It has to be taken to the West Indies to prove itself. It has to be practical. It has to be affordable. But with that amount of money on offer, many crackpot ideas are put forward. But only two are really viable. One is to continue mapping the heavens, and astronomers have been working at it now for almost 50 years. They're still another 50 years away from solving the problem. The other solution is to develop a clock that will work at sea. Now, many people, including Isaac Newton, do not believe anyone can design and develop a sea clock. But in 1730, anyone turns up. His name is John Harrison. He is a carpenter joiner by trade and a self-taught clockmaker. He knocks on the door here at the observatory. Edmund Halley is the astronomer royal. He says to Halley, "I have a design for a sea clock." Halley is excited. He introduces him to a clockmaker in the city, George Graham. Graham is excited. Graham loans Harrison £250 to turn his design into reality. Let's go and look at the reality. This is H1, Harrison's first sea clock. It and all the clocks we're going to look at are the originals that Harrison built. What's he done to overcome the problems? His first problem, he can't use a pendulum. So he develops these bar balances. Pendulum works under gravity. The bar balances create their own artificial gravity, keeps them rocking back and forth. Another problem it has is expansion. It's metal, it's going to get hot. When it expands, it will lose power, the clock will slow down. His solution is to develop a gridiron system, this bridge on the top of the clock here. It's a series of brass and steel rods. They will expand and contract at different rates. He links it with a spring, helps keep the spring in more constant tension, keeps the clock ticking accurately. The third problem he has is lubrication, oiling the clock. Lubricants at the time are animal fats. They clog up machines. The clock had to be regularly taken apart, cleaned, put back together again. It is a self-lubricating tropical hardener which he uses for the bearings on the clock. So all the axles they're turning into a piece of self-lubricating tropical hardener. The Admiralty will only offer a voyage to Lisbon in Portugal. Harrison goes with it, and he is so violently seized to fix it. 60 miles as you come into Brighton they are. The Board of Longitude are ready to offer Harrison some of the reward. It didn't go to the West Indies, so it's not eligible for the full. But Harrison is a perfectionist. He has already begun to understand that the clock will not prove accurate enough over a longer voyage. He persuades the Board of Longitude that he can make improvements. Right behind him, they advance him some money. Off he goes, takes him 2 or 3 years, and back he comes with H2.
I'm just now in front of the Royal Planetarium. Here is it. But unfortunately, I wanted to see it, but unfortunately, today it's closed for maintenance. Normally, it's open every day, and there are like shows for 30 minutes, interactive shows going on inside. Yeah, that's a shame I couldn't visit it today, but yeah, need to come next time. That's actually a meteorite. It's 4.5 billion years old, actually. And yeah, it's the oldest object you ever touch. So let's touch it and. Idziesz tu biegniemy w planetarium? Okay, now we're just heading to our next spot. Is the National Maritime Museum in London, and here I'm just going because today there is a special exhibition. It will last few months, a pirates exhibition. So yeah, let's have some fun with the pirates around. There's a special exhibition here also showing ships. They're all like warships from the time of King George. Here also you can see different guns. They've all been used on the sea wars, like probably the First and Second World War as well. That's here a cargo ship. It's how it looks like. I've never seen it, I've always been curious how it looks like, and here you can see actually. This picture I'm showing, this photo, it's awarded first place. It's People in Space winner, and it shows the sun, and that's the photo. That's the main space station, and yeah, it's quite impressive. I think it's worth winning the first place. All of these ships crests. You can see so many of them here. I mean, they're actual. So they all come from different ships. Have a look on this canoe. It's a real one. It's been restored, but yeah, it's an actual one, a real one. and I mean, I'm not sure if you can use it for sailing at the moment, but yeah, it looks well preserved. That's a model of a ship, and here you can see different positions on it. Everybody knew its position on the ship. So there was like salesman, of course, captain of the ship. Also, each ship used to have an astronomer to help with the smooth sailing of the ship. And many animals there. They used to have them for milk or eggs. So it was like a mini town, actually, mini small town in one ship. People just rely on it for business, for their living. So everything was pretty organized. That's actually here I'm showing you a real biscuit. Yeah, that's a real biscuit. It's been found, I think, on one of the ships or near Arctic, where the ships sail to. So yeah, that's also all these cookery items. They've been found on real ships. This is used by seamen for sleeping. They use it, for example, in Arctic because it's made from real fur, and it keeps the body temperature high during the cold nights. Not many years ago, most of the ships in England used to have this lion in front of the ship. Just probably to show their power, as the power of the lion. These uniforms of sea captains, maybe 100 years ago. Also, here you see there's some French captain's uniform. This one is a little bit different, with feather on the hat. That's the uniform of General Nelson. Probably you all heard about him. So yeah, this is the uniform he was actually killed with. He was wearing this uniform when he was shot, and here you can see his right arm was ripped from the shooting. Now finally we'll see the pirates exhibition, and this is captain uniform. I mean the pirates uniform from the Caribbean pirates. Probably you've all seen the movie, and yeah, you're all familiar with with this typical dress for pirates. That's the ghost ship from Caribbean Pirates as well. Yeah, quite creepy one. What do you think? Actually, I'm a real pirate. See what I found. A big treasure here. See so many gold coins, all sparkling inside. Lucky me. These are all pirate spares. I don't want to be caught by a pirate, to be honest. Seems pretty scary. Okay, see that nice metal thing? I don't know how it's called and what's that. It's been used actually in old times to hang the pirate's body when the pirate was killed. So its main purpose was to scare the public what would happen to them if they become pirates. So yeah, it was used as a punishment and a way to scare the general public. Here I'm showing you a real pirate. It's called Redbeard because of his red beard. He was one of the most famous and strong pirates on his time. And his main pirates activity was around Africa. He worked together with his brother. He was also a pirate. They both had big influence in the pirates world. He's coming from the Ottoman Empire, and later, because of his influence, he was promoted as a general in the Ottoman navy. That's an interactive map of all the pirates' hotspots from 2020 until nowadays. You can see here all the hotspots moving over the years. And the main activities of pirates, that's still a big issue even nowadays. A lot of damage is done by pirates.
In free time, the crew would entertain themselves, sometimes with music. Some played card games, although gambling was forbidden. As it could cause arguments. So could stealing from each other. Anyone caught stealing would be punished or even killed. Crew fighting on the ship was forbidden. Arguments would be settled on land. Armed with a cutlass and pistol, the first to draw blood was the winner. Tired from battling the waves and their enemies, a pirate's day would typically end at 8 p.m. However, those inclined for a later night, or those who were inclined to drink, would have to do so on the main deck under the moon and stars.
Okay, we finished with the pirate exhibition, and now I'm on a real ship. Yeah, I had this chance. It's actually a real ship, and it's been made for exhibition now. You can come here and have a look around ship, and it's different levels. Also, we're gonna go on the deckyard. Don't have much time because it's almost the closing time, but yeah, we'll have a look around. Sork is the name of the ship, and it's been on the news. Quite famous ship, used in the war times. So yeah, it's near the Greenwich Meridian, just 5 minutes from there. So if you have a walk nearby, come to see it. People here very lovely. They'll show you around. You can also climb on the top of the ship if you like climbing. I'm not very big fan of climbing, and I'm a little bit afraid of heights, so didn't take that opportunity. But yeah, quite a nice experience. It's being on a Titanic. That's the feeling. Now we're on the main deckyard, and that's the captain's wheel. So let's go sailing. Goodbye. See you soon.
Eu não sei se eu passeio. Ou amanhã.
Just want to show you at the end that's beneath the ship. It's the space just beneath the ship, and it's quite curious actually. What's beneath and how it looks like. So yeah, here does the history of the ship, and it was opened on a grand opening dinner where all the royal family participated. So yeah, I mean, maybe you can find online some more information about the ship and its history.